Well, hello. Today is 3547 Allegheny Loop, and it is really out here. What a beautiful scenic ride. I'd say it's about 10 or 15 minutes to Highway 129, where Elko Highway does a lot of its work. It's a cool property, no doubt about that. I passed a bunch of small waterfalls along the side of the road that were just kind of like streams. We've got some rain and some water here today, so just a quick pull up from the driveway. Nice stone driveway and a really pretty farmhouse, country looking house, and a stream right in the front of it, and some waterfalls that if you look further down you'll see how they kind of trip down the landscape. Real peaceful, really beautiful, and you can see how the land goes uphill. There's a nice flat spot where this house is. It doesn't look like it's getting a whole lot of water runoff or any damage to it. It's been properly prepared to get a nice site, and again, it's just pretty and it's really cool. The gentleman is on his way, Dave Connor, with a side-by-side, and we're going to take our tour, and hopefully we'll give you a real good lay of the land. Anyway, just want to give you a quick blip here. We'll be meshing these videos all together so you'll get a good look. Dave is going to explain this little map of the house and the trail. Go ahead, Dave.
Right. So here's where the house is. A beautiful mountain stream flowing through, spring-fed stream. And everybody asks where the floodplain is, and the floodplain barely touches way down the far side of the property. No floodplain up near the house. There's a real beautiful triple set of waterfalls right here that are fully on the property. Mm-hmm. And there's a trail that goes out to the waterfall, but this is the trail system, probably 2 miles roughly where the green line is, and there's some excellent building sites up there, nice and level, some open space as well that we'll ride out there.
And these building sites you mentioned, do they have any kind of studies for percolation or utilities? Anything that's been offered up yet?
No, but the soil out here, I live out here, and I've sold a whole bunch of real estate out here. The soil out here for septic is excellent. It's sandy loam soil, which is kind of unique in East Tennessee. But you've got 5 or 6 excellent building sites up there that would be private from each other.
And we're going to try to point those out when we take a brief ride.
We will.
What about power to them? How costly is it to get power to this area? That's a big factor.
Well, we got power to the house, and actually, as a bird flies to these places,
yes,
not that far. If you went all the way to the back, that would be, say, roughly 2,000 feet, a little better than 2,000 feet. And we just did that analysis for a customer, just finished that up yesterday for a different property over in Louisville. But so round numbers, that's about $50,000.
About $50,000 to power out the sites that we need to power out.
Yes.
And that's a good question for somebody who really is legitimately answering.
It's $8 a foot. And they dig the trench, they put the conduit, the wire, everything.
The utility company does it. Fort Loudon Electric. There's some information we were asking about yesterday and talking about. Good. So I'm going to take a walk from the front of the house, Dave. If you think of anything I'm missing, just holler, okay?
And you're welcome to keep a copy of that map.
Thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to head out the front porch and kind of give you the sense of coming in the front door, and we'll go from there. First, a look off the front porch. And it is very picturesque. There's a waterfall, so we just spoke about, and how they go the span of the frontage on the property. We've got a wraparound country porch, which you just don't see much anymore. Very, very nice. This is vinyl siding, which is low maintenance, of course. This is normal wood, nice, fresh. It looks like newer construction altogether. The windows are great. I see security cameras. Looks like it's wrapped around both sides of the porch, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to buzz very quickly, and there is a side entrance that I came up. And there's the side-by-side. There's a big propane tank you can see where they're getting propane. Okay. Storage shed. And again, the land goes uphill here. Flattens out really well. So anything that's going to be dumping off is going to be dumping off into this area and making its way down to that creek, which is good. Now, walking in the front door, and I see straight to the back of the property. I've got a staircase to my right. And I've got a dining room to the left. So for fun, let's just head over to the left and take a look at this formal dining room. Wainscoting on it. And I'm colorblind. You probably tell me that's blue carpet. And that passes into the kitchen very nicely. We'll take a look at the kitchen in a moment. To the right, we've got a unique hardwood turn, and then you go to carpeting. Now we're going to walk in, and as we go to the left, we've got a half bathroom. We've got a hall closet. And then we're going to take a look at the family room. And that family room has a wood stove, which looks like a copper type of a pipe. Really neat, and this is just antiqued or well finished. That's got a porcelain finish on it, actually. Really cool. And that's real stacked stone. That's a really pretty wood stove. And that is not a gas-fed stove. I think that's an actual wood burner. Yep, that's a real wood burner. So that's going to provide some really pretty heat. This is a tall ceiling. Really tall. The drama in this room is really nice, and there's a catwalk from above. I'll just pan down here for you a little bit and see that. Okay, so down at the back of the house and to the right, we're going to see a dinette area. To the left, there's just a little desk in the corner of this room. So we'll have a walk around this floor plan in a moment. I'm going to go back up to the front of the house. We're going to enter in through the dining room and into the kitchen. So here we've got wood bound Formica counters. You've got a really cool center island with a gas cooktop. Really cool. I like that. Older GE oven, microwave on top. Whirlpool appliances, all white, all matching. Big pantry. Cabinets on both sides. Okay. So that's some propane stove, I'm sure. That is a very nice stove. I don't know what that is. That's a Frigidaire Gallery series. Okay, now we're going to walk into the dinette, again, towards the back of the property. And there's that map we were just reviewing. And a little dinette area, really pretty. That overlooks the family room. Okay, so just quickly out the window, I can see, again, the wooded area behind us. I see a retention wall, which is smart, keeping all any water runoff to go down the sides over here. And you see that little pedestal's wet, so it's doing its job. And it goes out on the other side, protecting the house from any kind of water runoff or foundation issues. I like it. Laundry room with a pocket door. Washer dryer, nice cabinet setup and countertop, and a rear entrance coming in. Nice little closet also in here. So cool. Let's go back through the kitchen, work our way. We're coming out of the kitchen into the family room. Okay, again, to the right, we get the front door. This is a split floor plan, meaning we're going to see something over here. What I'm hoping and expecting, yes, we see a bedroom. So a nice bedroom with a master bath. We're going to see there's a whole lot of coolness to this. So we've got double basin sink. We've got a jacuzzi tub. Now, sadly, I see Formica counters, but you know what? It is a bathroom. Granite was more common in kitchens only for a while. This gold tone dates the fiberglass tub and surround. It's all in very nice condition. Really nice walk-in closet. Tall ceiling. Lots of closet area. Really delivering on that space. And then we're going to take a step through this little area, which is like a sitting room off the master bedroom. This is nice. Okay, so it could even be another bed, but you would use this more like a master. There's two closets here as well. You had that big walk-in closet, two more closets. Lots of nice space for a master suite. This really does a good job. You'll notice the windows are also floor-to-ceiling type windows. Really cool. That brings classic lines that you don't see much anymore. And a little closet under the staircase. That looks like a salt system for water conditioning, smart water. So I think they're going to be on a well out here. I'm not sure about that. We'll check it out and see. Headed up the steps. So our master was downstairs. Perfect. Upstairs, are on the catwalk right now, overlooking the family room. And again, there's that drama. Pretty wood stove. Gosh, this ceiling's got to be a good 23, maybe even 23 feet tall from floor to the peak. Little sitting area right here overlooking the foyer. To the right, we're going to have another bedroom. This is a good sized bedroom, actually a little bigger than the one that was actually for the bed downstairs. And another bedroom here. So you've got lots of room. You've got bunk beds, got a single bed, you've got a desk over here. Now there's no closet in this room, so this would really have to stay compartmentalized. Actually, you might even count that as a closet. I have no idea, but they've put beds in it, so it's kind of an unusual spot. You got connected rooms that are right now acting as bedrooms with no closets on them. Okay. The other side of the hallway. From the front door, this would be the left side of the house. Now we've got another bedroom that looks formerly a bedroom. Got double closets. That's a good sized room, probably somewhere around 12 by 13. Okay, we've got a full bath up here. Again, kind of dated, but in very nice condition. And then another bedroom on this side of the hallway towards the back of the property. Maybe around 11 by 12, 11 by 13. Double closets again. It's fun to look at the roof condition when you're up on this height. So that looks like a very newer roof. A dimensional roof, not a cheap roof to have. And looking right up the mountain there. Kind of cool. Here's your vinyl windows. Actually, these are not vinyl. They are wood clad with inserts. A higher quality. I don't see the brand name on them anywhere, but they're decent. And they got aluminum in the center, and they're double pane insulated windows. Very nice. Okay, cool. So as I leave the room, I think I'm going to shut the lights out for him. This should get us a really good recap on the in. And up there is where one of the...
Right, so right up here, right up above the house is a beautiful plateau up there, and we'll see it, like we'll go up to it, and there's already a driveway cut into it.
I can see that.
It's 3 or 4 acres level, pretty view, need some trees removed out of the way. But as far as running electricity, it wouldn't be that far, because there's actually an old logging road that's fully on this property.
Okay.
Where you could do a separate driveway instead of having to do the driveway in this way. You could actually come in off the road, and I'll show you that area
cool.
when I'm riding.
Cool. All right, this equipment looks really nice. Dave, what's the age of this home? I don't have it off of my brain.
Originally built in '98. This is that package unit right there.
Yep.
Its gas heat is less than 4 years old. That one back there they replaced back when they bought. That's a heat pump for the upstairs.
Yep.
So it's a gas package unit for the main level.
Yep.
Less than 4 years old. That unit is about 9 years old.
I could tell. Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure I note that.
Squeegee off that windshield?
No, I'm carrying. We're fine. We'll go outside of it when I need to. We are in the Kawasaki, folks. Side by side. We're going to come out there.
Yeah, the whole plateau up there, beautiful, about 30 acres.
Okay. So I'm going to drop my phone, you'll hear some language. Which I don't normally use, so it's cool.
So there's a spring-fed stream that flows into the main stream down there.
I got you.
So you could get water access back here for irrigation or something like that if you decide you want to grow something back here.
The house is on a well system, I assume.
It is.
Okay.
Well and septic.
Is that what's in that shed to the left when I come in?
No, that's so the septic is over on the far side of the house, and the well is out in that area where the wood piles were.
Okay, cool. I know very little about well water. I've had a couple of homes I've sold with well water. One had to have a UV light installed in it because it had too much high bacteria count. But
That's
Okay.
the property line. And on this side of the property, which is the more usable side of the property, there's a nice level plateau that goes on for about a half a mile up there. And the property line is way down in the bottom of the ravine at the other side. So this is the more usable side of the property.
That
over
makes
here.
sense. What's on the flip side of that property line? On the right side?
But they did a typical East Tennessee up there where they ran the property line right down the ridge line.
Uh-huh.
So it's beautiful views. You see the Chilhowie mountain range. You can see the big mountains from up there. But very little buildable ground because the ridge is fairly narrow.
So they split it.
Yeah, they split the ridge.
So nobody's on the other side till you go down the ridge again, really?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, wheeling people.
A little sloppy up in here. Hold on.
Yep. Well, geez, this is fun, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Now you see why I wasn't going to go this way.
My the son's had me out at Windrock in a Jeep before, and I didn't expect these to do this. I've seen them do it, but I just didn't realize you could get
They'll
that.
go anywhere.
That's amazing. Now I get it. I've had a Jeep Wrangler, and you really mess your Jeep up bad trying to bounce around like that.
Most of this side of the property is walkable from the valley up to the ridge.
Okay.
So we're going to start going uphill. It gets real, real pretty up in here too.
All right,
so
cool.
basically, we've just been following the valley.
This is the trail we saw on that map we're riding, right?
Yes.
All right, great. What's the attraction to having this much land? Do they hunt on it? Do they just want
Yes.
distance?
Yeah.
They hunt?
Four-wheeling, shooting, hunting,
Shooting,
whatever you want.
Okay.
No restrictions.
No restrictions. I like those words.
Yep.
And people that like to hike can get a nice good hike on their own property as well.
Yep.
So this ridge line here, where does the property end on that side at this point? Good ways out?
All the way up to the ridge line. So we're
Okay.
at the back of the property now.
Okay.
So this trail follows pretty close. The property line is right over the edge right there.
Okay, right over
So
the
now
edge
we're
of
going
these
to turn
trees.
around and go back. Now the trail swings around and follows the ridge. But look how many, like this whole part of the ridge up here is just beautiful. Like
Uh-huh.
no rocks sticking up out of the ground, sandy loam soil.
Yeah, it's soft. It's not hard rock
Right,
like we
that's
see.
right. Right, and lots of good usable space, hardwood forest, wild blueberries, those little things are all wild blueberries.
Yes. Pretty up here.
So this whole ridge, so if we could actually see through the clouds, you get a mountain view all up here. And on a clear day, you can see all the way to the Cumberland. So that's towards Knoxville.
Gotcha.
So that's north in that direction.
Gotcha.
You see the foothills and pasture, and it's real pretty.
That's awesome. We do some camping, my wife and I. So we went to Top of the World recently, and you get to see a lot of things on different hours of the same day.
Yep.
As the fog moves on, clouds move out. It's amazing.
So this would start, like you got lots of good places for home sites way back in this area, but it gets even better as we go this way.
There's a little tree stand. Somebody was hunting, right?
So this whole section of the trail, you could drive your truck on,
Right.
or a Jeep or something like that. I call it a trail, but it's really more like a road.
Gotcha.
Another spot that would make a good home site up in here.
So you have to build. Now how do you get equipment up here to build this, though?
on this road.
Oh, on
See,
this
it's
road.
shorter to go the way
this
we're
road.
going now, you know. So
Okay.
we're not that far from the house. Just,
Okay, cool.
We took the scenic route up
Okay.
through the valley.
Yep.
If you were going to build along this ridge, and there's a number of building sites, you wouldn't come in that way. You wouldn't go all the way up and around. You'd just come in more directly from the house. And like I said, there's actually, and I'll show it to you when we get back down there, there's actually an old logging road that comes from the road up onto this ridge.
Gotcha. Okay.
Although it's not clear, there's some, you know, smaller trees and stuff like. I've walked it before, but I can't drive it with this. Right? They didn't want it to be too inviting, you know, because they're not here that often. So
This has always been a part-time home for the owners?
yes. So there's some secondary trails that follow the ridge.
Okay.
Here's one of the
Like
Here's one of the real nice home sites back in here. Already got a tree house, as we tell the California people, or a shooting house to the east Tennessee people.
So when you talk about a house back here, you're looking at maybe what, a 2,000 square foot home?
This for the mountains.
Yeah.
This is a lot of level ground to work with.
Okay, that's cool.
Um,
And I know you don't have
like
a backyard when you build a house here. I know that.
a couple of 3 acre flat spots. And terrain like that is fine for like a septic system or something to clear out.
Correct.
And you'd want to clear out those pine trees because your mountain views will be back that way.
Not more or less another tree stand, but a nice one.
Yeah. Those are called like a shooting house.
Yeah, glorified tree stand, but a nice one, right?
Yeah, so even though this ground down here is perfectly nice for like septic systems or something like that, so
Sure.
you'd have a lot of ground to work with up there to do a big house if you wanted to, or heck, I think there's probably multiple house capabilities. But I like that there's 5 or 6 where you could do 5 or 6 acres and have some privacy, separate areas along this ridge.
Okay.
Real nice site up there too, but that trail's a little bit narrow for this big machine.
So it takes some land clearing to really do what you need to do. That's definitely make it happen.
We're gonna go to one place I think is the best building site.
Okay,
That's
cool.
just a little bit of land clearing.
You had that other home built for this couple that's selling it now, right? The one that we're selling, the house comes with it. You were part of that building process? Or?
No, I sold them this house
Oh, okay.
9 years ago.
Gotcha.
And I knew the original owner of this house. I was the listing agent as well.
There we go. Okay.
He's still around. He owns an art gallery in town, like a gift shop art gallery thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, down there in Alcoa. Well, you got some funkadelic colors in there. You know, the guy was an artist. So lots of good. It transitions to piney woods down here, and lots of level ground, no rock anywhere. Like there's no rock sticking up out of the ground.
I don't see any, you're right. And there wouldn't be this many trees if it was that much rock either.
No, and this is easy clearing though here too.
Yep.
These old pine trees, these little old pine trees like this.
Yep.
Easy to get out. Okay, so that back down to the house, right down the hill. We're gonna go up here and look at a real nice home site.
If the phone comes in away from the view, folks, that's because the trees is coming that close. Dave is very confident.
I worry about you, man.
Nah, you're good, bro.
I've been worried. I'm like, he's gonna get that phone smacked out of his hand.
No, I've been in dirt many times in my life. I grew up with dirt bikes, so I understand. Trees are brutal. They beat the death out of you. Wow, this is cool.
Yeah, so this
Okay,
is
so
a
we're
nice
gonna hop
spot
out.
up here.
Yeah. We're gonna hop out and take a look around. This would be Dave's first choice if you were gonna build, right, Dave?
Yes, because you're actually fairly close to the road.
Yeah.
So this would be and there's a place at the road where you could do a private driveway that comes right up that ridge right
Okay.
there. Like and I've walked it. Right now, there's too many trees in the way down.
Everything's falling, right?
In the main house, if there wasn't so thick with woods, the main house is right down there as well. So you'll see, like when they cut these trails, they didn't cut them for access to a home site. They access the property. You know what I mean?
To enjoy.
So there's a much
hiking.
better way to go if you were just going to cut a driveway to the home site. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't go all the way back down around like we're going to have to riding the machine. So
Who does this kind of work?
pretty
Cutting
beautiful. Oh,
trails?
there's a guy based right down the road that I use all the time, down on 6 Mile Road,
Mm-hmm.
Coffrin. Really good excavation.
Cochran. What do you think it would cost him to cut a road from the road out to, cut a path for a real road up to the house?
Probably 15 or 20
Yeah.
without
Without the crushed stone.
the crushed stone.
Drop another 20 grand on the crushed stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, I've been around the enough to know some rough numbers, but I don't want to feed you. That was something I didn't know about cutting the land. How much it costs to cut in.
So we calculated for a couple yesterday a 2,000 foot road, which this wouldn't be that long just to come up here, but you could go all the way to the back and still be within the 2,000 foot. 2,000 foot was 18 grand worth of crushed rock.
Yeah.
To cover it.
Yeah, yeah. It's not cheap. And if you try to blacktop it,
No, but also
it's
though,
crazy, right?
it's got good potential for subdivide. And out here, 5 acres or above, no problem at all.
Right.
And 5 acres now, I've been selling them for 100, 120, 150 as quick as you can find them because there's a lot of people in that price point,
But you've got to have at least access to get to that 5 acre lot at that 120, right?
Right. And for now, this could be just the trail we're going to follow back to the house could just be improved a little bit, and you could use that trail.
To sell land off of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, because that's drivable with a truck. I mean, when they come up here, they ride along the ridge to use their cell phones and stuff. They've got like an SUV, like a all-wheel drive SUV thing, and they run up and down that road all the time.
Gotcha. What kind of availability is it at the house right now for any kind of internet, cable, or anything? Does it run?
Top of the line, ATT, gig speed, fiber optic cable.
For real?
True story.
All right. So no cost to get infrastructure to the home.
No.
How about up the hill? You'd have to pay for that yourself and move that cable, or how would you do it? Up to this home, let's say.
They'll run the fiber optic. There's no charge for installation. Yeah, they don't charge anything for installation.
Wow.
And the electric is $12 a foot for underground.
Uh-huh.
It's cheaper if you go above ground, but who would do that, right?
No. All right. All right, we'll be coming down the mountain now. Not that way.
Too many trees in the way. That actually be the best way to do it,
Yeah.
a driveway.
All right, so we're headed back down the mountain. We're going to come out that little spot adjacent to the house where we saw it, right? Yep. So the side-by-side is currently the vehicle of choice to get up and down, but you can do this with a truck. Coming up that little side-by-side, but you need four-wheel drive, I would hope.
Probably coming up the hill.
Four high. Yeah, four high, definitely. And again, depending on the day, too. If it ain't wet, if it's wet, you're going to be...
Back to the main trail,
Uh-huh.
main road.
Yep.
That's the way that we came in, and we're going to go back to the house that way.
The main trail that way, and we're going to pan around and go this way, back to the house. To the right. This is one of the days my wife is glad she doesn't come with me every day. We do real estate together most of the time. I'm digging it. I mean, this is just wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. I got good connections, but not good enough to get us some blue sky today. So
That's all good.
this is pretty rough. This is almost
great.
like
No, I love it.
I wonder if Dean knows if you're gonna get in there.
No problem, brother. This is good.
Okay, so I'm gonna take you out here and show you some points on the road.
Monument points on the road.
Yeah,
You
just
got
so
it.
we know where we are.
Yeah, sure.
It's got a double knob in it. No, it's good use. This is a spring-fed stream. This
Yep.
whole area used to be called Allegheny Springs. So there's places all along this stream where you see like springs with water bubbling up out
Yeah.
of the ground.
On the way up this way, I saw some beautiful waterfall on the other side.
And I'll go up here and turn around so you can see it. Property line right in here, right on the other side of that point.
All right.
Real nice gated community right around the corner. That's where Agent Dave lives. Allegheny Cove.
You living here?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Some houses in there north of 3 or 4 million.
Wow.
Something like that. So again, property line right back there. And then there's a trail that comes out to these waterfalls. Real pretty stream. Trail probably needs some cleanup, but there's a trail in there from the house
Okay.
out to the waterfalls. There's the remnants of the old logging road that goes
Okay.
up to the plateau where we were just.
To my left, like this, going uphill there,
Yes.
right? Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
There's your rock, right?
Yes. And there's a little carve out that the property line is roughly right in here.
Uh-huh.
But the people that owned this property across the street back when they sold this property wanted a buffer so nobody would encroach on their waterfall.
Okay.
Ready? And here's the other end of the property at the bottom of the ravine.
My goodness, look
So
at
right
this.
along the center line of that trail is the property line, and the that whole top plateau up there is what we just rode along.
That was the property line, not
Yeah.
down here where this trail is, though. This
no,
is
this
someone
is the
else's.
property line, but I'm saying that whole plateau, we weren't even close to the property line.
I got
because
you.
It follows the bottom of the ravine on this side of the property.
So they actually have another little trail here on this side of the
Yes.
road. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's, I don't know, it needs to be surveyed, because best we can figure, the property line goes right down the middle of that trail. So consequently, these people over here could use it as well.
Right. Cool.
But no neighbors. No neighbors.
No neighbors.
on top of you.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay. Turn around.
Peace and quiet and land. folks, we're back at the house, and I just wanted to take one quick pass behind the house because it's one area I did not walk for you on the video. It's retaining wall. It's meant mostly for landscape, but I think it serves a whole lot better purpose. You can see back there's a little ring of stone there. But this is fantastic because if we had a problem with water and traffic, this would be stained in a different fashion, and you would see a lot of movement. I see little bitty crack right there, hairline crack there, but no shifted blocks. This is holding the load and staying put, and the foundation is staying dry. It's pouring rain today. I mean pouring rain. There's some mud there, like something must have splatted an animal, but this is looking really nice and really dry. The soffit is super wide up top, so you're not even getting rainwater on it, but it's holding ground really, really well. That's just a sign of a very good, well-planned crawl space in a site like this. I wanted to check out these windows again. So the inside is wood clad, and the outside has a vinyl cladding on it. Those are Anderson windows, by the way, I've been told, and Andersons are the staple, the Cadillac of windows, and that kind of a grade. Wood clad inside, vinyl clad outside. This gets us under the home. And I'm not going to delve too much right now, but there's your, I'll try to get to you there. No, anyway, you can see a door to go into the crawl space right there under this section of the porch. And my understanding, it's a really clean crawl space, so that would be good to see on a home inspection. Well, here we are, folks. 3647 Allegheny Loop. A very, very pretty home, a well thought out home. And this is in rural Maryville, Tennessee, no doubt. Thanks for watching.